Hello everyone and welcome to my Hip Hop Gossip For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Jason Lee intensely records every one of the superstars he's seen at Diddy's home. Jason Lee dropped several stunners when he explicitly named numerous superstars he's seen at Diddy's gatherings, despite the fact that he clarified that this doesn't really ensnare them in that frame of mind in any capacity. You know, a great deal of these famous people. Each and every superstar in the way of life has been to Diddy's home, he said on Instagram Live. And that implies they've gone through the entirety of his telephone's instant messages. I can peruse you my instant messages to Diddy. What day is it circulating on the show, on the organization? Might it be said that you are coming on the show? Diddy, what's this? It's totally been business for me. It's been business for me. I don't not have anything unseemly to them individuals, since I don't manage them like that, Jason Lee kept concerning Diddy. So you mean to tell me that large number of late evenings, what you doing, where you at? I've seen Jay-Z at his home, I've seen T.D. Jakes, Chris Brown, Jordan Woods, Travis Scott, Beyoncé, Teyana Taylor, I've seen them all. Presently, we was all in the terrace, however I've seen them all. I've seen Usher there, DaBaby, Justin Bieber, I've seen. Everyone's been to a Diddy party. I've seen Lindsay Lohan, Ashton Kutcher, Demi Moore, Tyrese Golden Rose, I've seen them generally up in there. Jason Lee went on. Mary J. Blige. I've seen them all. However, in light of the fact that you hit up a Diddy party doesn't imply that you were getting showered down with Vaseline and child oil. Because I can perceive you the present moment, ain't no one at any point splashed me with nothing, and I don't mess about that way. Allow me to educate you concerning me. I am so private with my own closeness that I love the way that my business is private. Anything I've unveiled, I've discussed on my show. I've been basically very easy to read with the activity and exercises, Jason Lee finished up. However, I attempt to cover the names since I don't need individuals annoying them. I learned, as individuals began getting to know me, they would go track down anyone I'm engaged with and afterward hassle them. Individuals I manage are private individuals. They don't need their business in the roads, and we ain't showering each other down with child oil. Diddy's legal counselor attempts to make sense of for what reason he'd have 1,000 containers of child oil. Diddy's legal counselor, Mark Agnifilo, plunked down with TMZ for another meeting following the terrible magnate's capture in New York City, last week. In doing as such, he examined the government prosecution against his client referencing 1,000 jugs of child oil being tracked down on his property. I can't envision it's thousands, he said. I'm not precisely certain what the child oil has to do with anything. I don't have any idea what you want 1,000 for. One jug of child oil goes far. I don't have the foggiest idea what you really want 1,000 for. He has a major house. He purchases in mass. I think they have Costco's where he has a home. Have you sat in the parking area of a Costco and seen what individuals leave there with? Diddy's lawyer speaks with the media. Agnifilo recently shielded Diddy putting away child oil in his home while talking with the New York Post. He told that outlet, "These are consensual grown-ups doing what consensual grown-ups do, you know, we can't get so rigid in that frame of mind to feel that in some way sex is something terrible since, supposing that it was there would be no more individuals." In the government prosecution, the U.S. lawyer's office meticulously describes Diddy's asserted oddity offs. The report affirms, Brush's sexual maltreatment of ladies included making them take part in continuous, days-long sexual movement with male business sex laborers, some of whom were shipped over state lines. These occasions, which Brushes alluded to as oddity offs, were intricate sex exhibitions that Brushes organized, coordinated, and frequently electronically recorded. To guarantee cooperation in oddity offs, Brushes utilized brutality and terrorizing, and utilized his control over casualties. Diddy has argued not blameworthy to the charges. Look at Agnifilo's remarks on the arraignment with TMZ underneath. Be watching out for additional reports on Diddy on Hot New Hip Hop. Diddy isn't rejecting jail dinners because of harming concerns, source charges. Recently, Diddy was captured in New York City and has stayed at the Metropolitan Confinement Community in Brooklyn from that point forward. He's been hit with different sex stealing and racketeering charges and could confront at least 15 years in the slammer whenever sentenced, or a limit of life. This week, it was additionally revealed that the investor's time in jail may not be going so well. A previous government detainee told News Country that Diddy was supposedly stressed over being harmed, and was staying away from feasts as a result of it. He's outrageously neurotic, he affirmed. He's outrageously terrified. Doesn't have any idea what to think, he doesn't have the foggiest idea who to trust or what to accept. A source near Diddy as of late talked with TMZ, in any case, let the power source know that there's no reality to these claims. As per them, he's eating typically in jail, very much like different prisoners. They additionally guarantee that he's not getting extraordinary treatment. This gives off an impression of being uplifting news for the terrible Kid Records pioneer, who has a long fight in court in front of him. While taking part in TMZ's forthcoming narrative The Destruction of Diddy, the arraignment, his lawyer Mark Agnifilo told the power source he's wanting to affirm once his government case goes to preliminary. He has his story, Agnifilo told the power source. What's more, he has a story that I figure no one but he can perceive in the manner that he can tell it, continuously. Furthermore, it's a human story, it's an account of adoration, it's an account of harmed, it's an account of misfortune. What is your take of a source claiming that Diddy is eating like some other detainee in jail? Shouldn't something be said about outlets already charging that he was staying away from dinners out of dread of being harmed? Share your considerations in the remarks segment down underneath and watch out for HNHH for additional updates. Suge Knight hypothesizes Diddy is experiencing medication withdrawals in a correctional facility. Suge Knight accepts that Diddy is going through drug withdrawals in prison while anticipating preliminary at the Metropolitan Confinement Place in Brooklyn. He imparted his hypothesis during a meeting to Chris Cuomo on his News Nation show, recently. Throughout the past year, a few claims against the terrible Kid Big Shot have blamed him for utilizing cocaine, despite the fact that he's denied the charges. No one's moving forward to protect him, for the way that you know what's happening, Suge started, prior to saying that in any case, he doesn't anticipate that he should flip. I don't think no one is excluding him. I don't believe he will slither in a corner and kick the bucket. He's most likely going through a great deal of *T right now since he presumably going through a ton of withdrawals from the medications. In any case, the business got him on drugs. Diddy's previous attorney, Imprint Garagos, whose little girl is presently in his legitimate group, told News Nation subsequently that the cases are ridiculous. There's no sign in the prosecution that any of that is valid, Garagos told the power source. I don't think Suge has any understanding into whatever has occurred inside the most recent 10 years, other than the typical connivance gossip. Specialists captured Diddy on charges of sex stealing and racketeering last week, while sharing a 14-page government prosecution against him. He's since argued not liable and keeps on keeping up with his guiltlessness. He couldn't get supported for bail and will dwell in jail until his next court appearance. Be watching out for additional reports on Suge Knight and Diddy on Hot New Hip Hop.